So what if I told you that your entire financial future isn't going to be decided by some big dramatic event? Not a lottery win, not some secret stock tip. What if it actually changes because of the tiny little things you do day in and day out? Well, today we're diving into the 8 small habits that quietly make all the difference between feeling free and feeling stressed about money.
You know that feeling, right? You work so hard, you get your paycheck, and you tell yourself, okay, this is the month. This month, I'm gonna save. But then, life happens. Rent is due, the bills start piling up, a subscription you totally forgot about hits your account, and poof, you're right back where you started. It's a super frustrating cycle.
But here's the thing, and this is really important. This is not your fault. You are not lazy, and you are not bad with money. The real problem here is that most of us were never actually taught how money works. I mean, we learned about the Pythagorean theorem in school, but not budgeting, not investing, not how credit works. We've basically been flying blind, just guessing and reacting instead of actually being in control.
So naturally, we end up waiting for some big thing to come along and save us. A big raise, a new job, something. But the real secret, the thing that actually works, isn't in those huge, rare moments. It's found in the power of tiny, consistent daily habits. And that's the big shift we're going to explore today.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're gonna tackle that whole disappearing money problem head on, just by starting with simple awareness. Then, we'll get really practical with some habits to get a handle on spending. After that, we're gonna upgrade our financial brain and finally install what I like to call the ultimate money mindset.
So our first set of habits, they're all about one single foundational principle: awareness. It's simple, right? You can't change what you can't see. So we're going to start by making all those invisible money habits totally visible.
And this part is absolutely crucial. So many of us try to jump straight to control, right? We make these super strict budgets, we try to make massive cuts, and then what happens? We fail, and we just give up. The real first step, the one that makes everything else even possible, is just to become aware. Awareness always, always comes before control.
Okay, so here's habit number 1, and it's super simple. Track just one number every single day. Your total spending. That's it. Forget the complicated categories and spreadsheets for now. Just at the end of the day, ask yourself, how much money left my account today? Right now, money just kind of leaks out without us noticing. A coffee here, a delivery there. Tracking that one single number makes it visible.
Habit number 2, check your bank account every day. Now I know, for a lot of us, this idea brings up a lot of anxiety and guilt, so we just avoid it. But let's try to reframe it. Think of it like checking the weather. You don't get mad at the forecast, right? You notice it, and you plan your day around it. This habit builds a calm, neutral relationship with your money.
And habit number 3, do a little weekly money audit. Just once a week, look back and ask these simple questions with curiosity, not judgment. Where did my money actually go this week? Which of these purchases genuinely made my life better? And this one is key. What did I buy that I don't even remember buying? This turns every dollar you spend into feedback for the future.
Okay, so now that we're starting to build that awareness, we can move on to actually controlling those spending impulses. This next section is all about building that muscle of self-control.
Habit number 4 is a total game changer. Pay yourself first. Now, the old way, the way most of us were taught, is to try and save whatever is left over at the end of the month. The problem with that? There's usually nothing left. The new way completely flips that on its head. The second you get paid, you save first. Before you pay bills, before you spend on anything, before anything else.
And honestly, the amount doesn't even matter, especially when you're just starting out. It could be $5, it could be 1% of your paycheck. What really matters is the new identity you're building. Every single time you save first, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. I am someone who values my future. That little action, it slowly rewires everything.
All right, next up is habit 5, a simple little trick to fight off that impulse buying, the 24-hour rule. It goes like this. For any non-essential purchase, you just add it to your online cart, and then you close the app and walk away. Just wait 24 hours. In that time, the emotion, the excitement, it all fades away, and logic starts to kick back in. I promise you, most of the time you'll realize you didn't really need it after all. All right, so we've covered awareness and control. Now it's time to actually upgrade your financial brain. This whole section is about building the knowledge that takes you from feeling confused to feeling genuinely confident about money.
Let's start with this core idea. Money has its own language. It has words like inflation, assets, compound growth. And when you don't understand those words, you tend to avoid conversations about money. You put off making decisions, not because you can't handle it, but because nobody ever taught you how to speak the language.
So, habit number 6 is to simply learn one money word a day. That's it, just one. So maybe today you look up inflation, and you quickly learn, oh, that just means my money buys a little less over time. Okay, done.
And then tomorrow, maybe you learn compound growth. You know, that amazing process where your money starts earning its own money. In just 1 month, you'll understand 30 core financial ideas. In a year, you'll know more than most people learn in their entire lives. This isn't just about gaining knowledge, it's about building real confidence.
And that leads us perfectly into our 7th habit. Curate your financial feed. I mean, think about how much content you scroll through every single day. Now, what if you've just replaced 10 minutes of that mindless scrolling with 10 minutes of financial education? A podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever. Over a year, that adds up to over 60 hours of learning. A tiny little change in your feed creates a massive impact on your future.
Okay, this brings us to our final and maybe our most important section, the ultimate money mindset. Because at the end of the day, financial literacy isn't just about the numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about how you think.
And our 8th and final habit is to learn to think long-term. See, most money mistakes happen because of short-term emotions. The financially savvy person does something different. They zoom out. Before making a big decision, they ask themselves, what will this choice give me in 10 years? That one simple question totally changes your behavior in the present.
And this all leads to the one truth that truly wealthy people understand, but most people never hear. Financial literacy. It isn't really about money. It's about self-trust. It is about that deep-down belief that you are capable and responsible enough to handle your own life.
And that belief, it doesn't just magically appear one day. It's not about getting a huge raise or having a perfect plan. It's built slowly, brick by brick, through all those tiny, repeated actions we've been talking about. Each little habit you do consistently compounds over time, and the result is freedom.
So let me leave you with a question to really think about. If your financial habits stayed exactly the same for the next 5 years, would you be happy with where you'd end up?
If the answer to that question is no, then today is the day that matters. Not next year, not when you make more money. Today, just start. Pick one single habit from this entire explainer, just one, and let momentum do the rest. Your future self is watching, and they're really, really hoping you choose to start today.